This week we've had a few stories about the men and women in the U.S. looking for love online who are being tricked by young men trained.
Young men cast off their true identities as they enter this apartment. They call it their hustle kingdom. Meet Ghana's Yahoo boys.
I have nothing to show for it except that I'm alive.
Like all the others, Kelly reached out after watching this. The Invisible Man, W5's recent investigation into the shadowy world of internet romance scammers. The story focused on Colleen, a woman from British Columbia who died by suicide after being left destitute in an elaborate scam that had her believing she was about to be.
Hi, welcome to my channel. Have you ever wondered how someone in Accra, Africa, or Soweto somewhere in Ghana is capable of stealing $8 million? And in some cases, in the case of Kofi Boat and other people, $100 million. Have you ever wondered? Boy, do I have a video for you. But before I go on and play this video, isn't it very disappointing, at least to me as an African, especially as Ghanaian, that this is what we have resorted to? I mean, some young Ghanaians have resorted to. You know, in the years past, it's always been, Nigerians have always been known for this, and it's something, as a black person, you'll be ashamed of. Somehow some Ghanaians have bought into this, and now we're making the news. It's very sad. I'm gonna let you watch the video, and I'll come back and express my thoughts on where we are, where we can go from here. What is this for? All for someone to drive a very, very expensive vehicle on the street of Accra with very bad roads in some cases, or live in a mansion. No, how many cars can one person drive? And in the case of mansion, how many rooms can you sleep in? You know, and so greed is a very dangerous thing. And believe it or not, Ghana and Nigeria, in the case of Nigeria have the most churches in Africa. 240 million people, and they have the most churches in Africa. And that is not translating into any good life when it comes to individuals. In Ghana, a population of 35 million have 3,500 churches. Almost the same percentage when it comes to population, and that too is not translating into any good life. And greed has become the norm. And you know, there are people defending this kind of behavior, claiming that it's our payback as black people for being enslaved. How can you defend that, knowing well that the individual being victimized here is not responsible for the enslavement and whatever else excuse we are coming out with? Watch this video.
Down a dusty alley in Accra, young men cast off their true identities as they enter this apartment. They call it their hustle kingdom. Meet Ghana's Yahoo boys, online criminal syndicates who prey on elderly Americans by tricking them into falling in love, then stealing their life savings. Operating out of underground boiler rooms like this one, we filmed undercover. They run sophisticated scams that break hearts and empty bank accounts.
I'm the mastermind behind the whole thing.
That's syndicate boss Voodoo, who spoke to us on condition we hide his identity, and his most senior operator, Kola.
I feel disappointed. Like, I didn't go to school to do this. Is that time to take money from people? Imagine that is my dad.
Voodoo and Kohler are the closers, stepping in once their underlings have hooked new victims from online dating sites.
I'm fish everywhere. Everywhere in the world. Easy to catch is Americans.
Here, he's chatting with a 60-year-old man, posing as Sandra, living in New York. When victims want video calls, he hires online porn stars.
It's the thing they're talking to this beautiful blonde woman. Yeah. I've paid to just have her on a video call.
If a victim demands an in-person visit, they use women who get a cut of the profits. Building trust can take months.
You do all that to get his attention and the trust. Boom, they're a cheaping business.
We found one such victim. 75-year-old American radiologists were calling John, not his real name, who declined an interview. John believed he was in love with a woman called Grace Erskine, an Australian living in the US. In fact, the whole time he was talking to this man, 34-year-old syndicate boss Alfred Kwame Aivo, posing as Grace. Aivo controlled the entire scam, which included hiring a woman to play the part of Grace for any in-person meetings John insisted on, as these text messages we obtained reveal. Aivo offers to pay her $100,000, but she wants more than double that, threatening, "Without me, everyone gets nothing. I could always call and say it was a scam." But she doesn't, and pretending to be Grace, visited John in the US and met him in Ghana, where syndicate boss Aivo posed as their driver. Grace claimed she'd inherited a Ghanaian gold mine and offered John a chance to invest in it. He was so enamored with her, he unwittingly paid over $700,000 for a stake in the non-existent mine. The money was a red flag for Ghanaian detective Gerald Pankpadi, as Aivo was unemployed.
Realized that the person did not have any form of work that is commensurate with the amount of money that were coming into his account.
Aivo was arrested, but died of an unknown illness before serving prison time. We tracked down the woman posing as Grace outside Sydney, Australia.
Are you sorry? Do you have anything to say to his family?
Her real name is Rebecca Jade Silk. When confronted, she did not deny or confirm the allegations, but refused to answer our questions. Silk has not been charged with any crimes. She remains a person of interest for Ghanaian police. Yahoo boys and their hustle kingdoms are glamorized in popular West African culture. We filmed this group celebrating a big payout by throwing money in the air. And there's little remorse for the devastation caused by the cruelty of their crimes.
But hey, there's no sympathy. Because once you go on the sympathetic side, you go hungry.